Hey folks, welcome back to The Addicted Bookworm. Alright, so I'm going to try to get this in um, very quickly if it's possible. And that is that I have read a total of 5 books this week. Two of them were two of them were library books. Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King and Allergic to Death by Peg something. So one of the weird things about being a part of the Amazon ecosystem, especially if you're doing Kindle Unlimited, is that sometimes you're going to find gems that you have never heard of before. And the Nick Saint series, which I finished book 2 tonight, and I am going to start on book 3 tonight, because I can't get enough of Max and his friends' adventures with their cat talking human um is one of those things. It's one of those things. And as I said in my previous video, he has written about 100 of these books, and I am going to buy the physical copies of every single one of them because this is a series that I am really enjoying. I don't have to pay for it when I want to read it on ebook and everything. So for people that are kind of wondering about the Kindle, and this is just a little side statement, I read this in dark mode at night. I find this to be a whole lot more easier on my eyes. I do plan on, as I said in that video, I do plan on to buy a Kindle Paperwhite 12th generation that has the automatic, it automatically light changes depending on what light what light you're in. But at night, I will always read mine on dark mode because I just find it much easier on my eyes and everything. So, anyways, so I am going to read every single book in this series on Kindle Unlimited, just because Nick Saint has something that I think is really special. You have a woman who can talk to her cats, who can talk to cats in general, and she uses the information that they gather to publish her stories. This is the secret to her success as a reporter. And it is just, they have a grand old time. They're like this. They're just, amazing. And the things that people kill in this series, literally, I don't remember what killed the first person, but you literally have a wife that is about ready to lose everything, and she kills her husband. And people are like, oh my god, she probably killed him because he was gay. No. She killed him because she was going to lose her little gravy train. Typically what some women do, they will kill their husbands so they don't lose the gravy train. Anyways, so this was one of the gems that I discovered, and I love it. But I want to get the I want to get the Paperwhite because it does the same thing as the Coloursoft does without the colored, covers. And thankfully, this case will fit the special edition, or the deluxe edition, or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, so that book series takes me probably 2 days to read. So tomorrow I will probably end up reading it in one setting and everything. But the 5 books that I read were amazing. I loved Allergic to Death. I really did. By Peg Cochran. Peg Cochran. I loved it. It was great. I love finding these little hidden gems on Kindle Unlimited because it helps to expand the type of authors that I read and also the type of authors that end up in my bookshelf, which is always a plus. But I will say this. Despite the fact that I don't like how Amazon does stuff, I still like the high quality of their devices, and that is basically what gets me to buy one, is their high quality. And it's like every 4 years, 4 or 5 years, I will get a new reader. So it's going to be an amazing week coming up. I'm off tomorrow, and that will allow me to finish. I'm going to finish my reread of Book to Death, or is it Bookmarked to Death? One of the two. And also, I am going to be getting back to listening to, what is it? The Dead Zone. And I did check out the audiobook, Firestarter, so I'm definitely going to be listening to that one. I don't really know if I'm going to finish that audiobook, as like it's due in like 11 days, so I don't really know. However, I am starting to read A Morbid Taste of Bone by, I think his name's Ellis Peters, and it's a Brother Cadfael book. And my mother absolutely loved Brother Cadfael ever since she watched it. And I was like, wow, I have to read the book because I enjoyed the episode so much. And I don't even know how many books Ellis Peters has written or wrote. I don't even know if the man's dead or not. But I'm actually going to, this week, things like either Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to actually get the ebook version of this book. So like, I will be done with the book on Sunday, like this coming Sunday. But on Wednesday or Thursday, I will go ahead and get the book, and then it'll go back to the library. Not just that, but I'm also going to pick up book 2 because right now I'm really enjoying this book. So what the book is about is that, so it takes place during the medieval period. I don't remember the year it falls under, but it's about this guy called Brother Cadfael. He used to be a crusader, going to Jerusalem and all that jazz. He finally is like tired of it, tired of, killing people and stuff, and he decides to become a monk. And he is kind of like Sherlock Holmes. He's kind of like, all these, like, your typical British detectives. But this takes place during the Middle Ages, and everything. So, it is really amazing about how intelligent that this character is, and how he uses that intellect. And he's not prone to like superstition and things like that. Anyways, so I will do a full review of that book on Sunday, or I may go ahead and just include it into my read wrap up for the week. I don't really know. But anyways, so I have decided to still continue to read from my Kindle, because I still enjoy the device, I really do. And I am still reading on my Nook, so don't worry, I've not given up on my Nook. But I am going to return this particular book back to Amazon, so it can be, and everything. And I have book 3 and 4 of it. But I got a feeling when the last week of November comes around, I'm going to have about 10 of these books ready to purchase. Alright. Anyways, that's my video for the week, and I will see you guys in the next video.